Hello people, welcome to new video. This is my August 2023 updates on the LinkedIn Easy Apply bot. First of all, I am really thankful and appreciate your feedback on my channel about this tool. I hope this helps you in finding a good job. And let me talk about briefly what motivated me to do this video. First of all, it's going to be a bit longer than my typical videos. Normally, I like to keep my videos short and to the point. But lately, especially in last two or 3 weeks, I have received feedback which is kind of complaining that the bot is not working. People are getting some random errors, and which is not true. As I'm recording this video, you can see the bot is working. It's just scrolling the screen, doing its stuff. And if I go to IDE, here you can see it has applied on several jobs. So the bot is working, and in my opinion, the problem is from the config YAML file to the most part, and that is user caused problem. So that's one of the motivating factors for me to make this video and explain the issues in detail. With this, I will also explain or talk about the feature updates that I've done in July. Those have been posted or updated in the GitHub, so you can download the new code if you want to. And then I will be doing a full-fledged demo from scratch to show how this bot should be set up and how it works. This will be kind of contents of my video to the most part. I will be confirming and reconfirming and double confirming my GitHub repository. Please use that. I'll tell reasons why in a bit. Then I have made very detailed README file. Please, if you're new to this tool, please read it. And then I'll just talk about why it is important to keep an eye on the updates. Then I'll be doing a demo, setting up the bot from scratch. And of course, this is for everyone, that all you need to modify in this project is one file, which is config YAML. And the reason you need to modify is that this file is very user specific. You have to specify your education, your skills, and other stuff, which is very user specific, right? So that's the only reason you need to update this. But while you're updating it, be careful to the syntax, don't add spaces, characters, and some other stuff I'll talk about. So that's the only thing you need to change, and the bot should be good to go. And then I will be, in the last part, if time permits, I'll be sharing my experience about this bot and whether or not it works and whether or not it is useful. So let's get going. First of all, let me show my my repository. So let me open one incognito window. That's the best thing, I think. So here comes the private browser. All right, so my repository. So the best thing, the easiest thing I can do is just type GitHub, and then void by default is my user ID on the GitHub. So hopefully you will get first or second or whatever any search result. As long as you see this void by default Taimur is my name, so that's me. And when you open it, you will see a samurai kind of thing. This is my picture for last 20 or some years. I've been using it on all media, so I never changed. So that's me for sure, and my name is there. And these are my projects on GitHub. And by the way, as you can see here, Oracle financial statements. I am a finance guy. I'm an accountant. So if I can run this bot, now maintainer of this bot, so I'm sure everybody else can run it as well. So with this is my repository for this bot. You can see here, void by default, easy apply bot. And so whenever you're posting a question to me or issues, I will assume that you're using my repository, all right? And I will be providing responses or solutions, assuming that you're using my repository. And why it is important, let me take a step back and explain what exactly is happening. Now, you can see here, forked from Medingas. Now, I'm not the original creator of this bot. I adopted it. And the reason I adopted is because if you go back actually this guy's name is Mike. So if you go to his page, you will see that he did not do any updates in last 8 months. All right. And things keep changing on the internet. For example, we had some version changes in Chrome. So the Selenium is a tool, you can say it's a tool that we were using to run the bot did not work anymore, so it had to be updated. And then he was maintaining it for a while until he stopped updating it. Then the bot wasn't working, so then I adopted it. But this guy also, Mike, is also not a original developer. It seems, if I go back, it seems, in my opinion, it was originally developed by a guy named Nathan. And as you can see here, he did not do any updates in last 2 years. So it became obsolete and it stopped working at all. And this is where initially I was contributing to this project as a tester or as a complainer, whatever you call it. Most of the issues here closed ones, including, you will see me, Void by Linux. But then eventually this guy stopped taking care of the project, and this is where Mike, he comes into play. He took over the project and he was maintaining it for a while until 8 months ago or 7 months ago he stopped updating it. And then this is where I come into play. I took over the bot, and since then I have been regular in updating it. So that's the whole story of this project. And again, if you see, you can see here, this project has been forked or adopted or changed or whatever you call it, has been taken over by 127 people. And I don't know what the heck they are doing. Most of them are newbies. They just fork it. And like, for example, from here you can see, they just fork it and then they have no idea what the hell they're doing. So they don't do anything meaningful. Like, for example, here, they just forked it, but there's no update, right? So that's the problem here. If you're posing any questions or submitting a bug or something, it has to be based on my code. All right. So I think that is very clear now in detail. Now let's talk about how you can keep an eye on the updates. Before that, actually, I have to talk about README. So README, if you see it here, I have made it quite detailed. If you compare this to Nathan or Mike, I've made it quite detailed. Of course, some of the work is from them. It's not entirely mine, but I've tried to keep it like section by section, trying to use tags wherever possible to explain it in detail. So please have a look at that. Before you submit any issue or bug, please make sure that you are following these instructions entirely. All right. Otherwise, asking repeat questions, I get bored answering same questions 1,000 times. So there might be a point where I will eventually stop responding, which I don't like. I see it as a disrespect to the person who's asking question, but I'm a human at the end of the day. So please, I would expect you guys go through the README. The third topic is the importance of updates. All right. So sometimes I fix bugs. So for example, by the time I updated this README, I knew there were 3 bugs, and one of the bug was that, for example, here the bot is working, right? So the known issue would emerge from unwanted event. For example, if bot has applied on all the jobs and there are no more jobs to be applied. So LinkedIn sometimes gives you suggestions that you might also be interested in these jobs, and some of those jobs would take the bot to the third-party websites. So what would happen? The bot would start opening tabs, tens of tabs, because the bot does not know it is LinkedIn Easy Apply link or third-party link. So it will go on until it will clog your memory, slow down your PC. So that was one of the known issues. So in this update, I fixed that issue. And so what you can do, this is one example, right? So what you can do to keep an eye, first of all, maybe visit my page once in a month or so and see the last changed date that we can see here last week. And then if you want to see what changed, instead of clicking here, click here. So you will see in the GitHub what was changed. It will show you side-by-side comparison. So for example, here the green means addition, the red means, maroon means deletion. So for example, here I added one small argument called float. I noticed that in some of the cases when the bot was entering, let's say you're saying you have 10 years of experience, so it was interpreted by LinkedIn website as a text. So to human eye it is a digit 10, but to the bot and to the website it was text. So it was taken as an invalid input and the bot would get stuck there forever. So here I'm forcing it to be converted into a float. Float basically means it's a decimal number. All right, so not decimal, it's a, I think, whole number. So anyways, if I'm mixing, I'm sorry for that, but it basically converts it, forces it into conversion into a number. So the illegal error or illegal input or invalid input never happens. So this is one of the things. So you can see here minor here and there changes. One of the major change I did was to fix the bug, and I found a trick. If you go down there, I think it should be here. Let me search. Oh, right, it's right there. So the bug I just talked about, that it was opening so many tabs. So as soon as I just inputted one small text string, that if the bot notices jobs you may be interested, besides there are no more jobs to apply, then it should skip and move on to the next page or do something else. So the bot will throw this, print this message and move on to other tasks. So I don't have it here actually, but it's working actually. So after testing it for a week or so, I pushed the change into the GitHub repository. So I would recommend you guys visit it and download the code once it is updated, so you are on the fresh version of it. Always take a backup of your config YAML, because as I said, this file is very user specific. You would not want to modify it again and again unless I change the structure of the config YAML. For example, this was also changed last week, right? So if you just click here instead of here, don't click here, it will show you the whole file. But if you want to see the changes, click here. Now here you will see I'm trying to add one more feature which is so far not working. I'm trying to figure it out. This is config YAML, right? So I don't know why it's showing there. Let me expand it. All right, so you see here I'm trying to add, I just added one section here called message to manager, because some jobs have this option. So I have been trying to push the bot, tell the bot to push this as an input wherever it finds the message to the manager. It's not working, unfortunately, but this is one example. That's how you can see the changes in the config YAML or any other file. So as long as the structure is same, you can continue to use your old config YAML, but to the most part you will be porting it or kind of migrating it into the new config YAML. All right, so that's why it is important to keep an eye on the updates. With this, now let's do a full-fledged demo where I will be showing you if you, in case, how you can set up the environment. So we'll be downloading Git, then the IDE, and then the code again from my repository, and then we'll see how to configure YAML, and then we'll see the bot runs or not. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, by the way, before I do that, actually, let me show you my environment here. So these are the softwares I have at this point of time. I will stop the bot so I can uninstall it. So let's stop it and then close it. All right, so with this, I also need to I don't need to actually what should I say, I don't need to keep this folder here, but I have my logs, that because the bot has been working for me for a while. So what I'll do, I will just call it old. Oops, some error. The file is being used. Yeah, because I've got this Power BI on. So let's call it old. should work, I think. All right, and then take it on top. All right, so with this, assume this is my actually GitHub file, I mean GitHub folder that I use to push changes, and this is my local folder which I use to apply for jobs for myself. So I can delete it, but let's keep it. And then I will go and uninstall everything. I will uninstall Git tool. Git tool is important to automatically synchronize changes. I mean, instead of downloading the code again and again, it's better you use Git tool to synchronize the project updates as I've shown. And then this gone, I will also uninstall the PyCharm, and it's installing on my other monitor, by the way. So let me pull it here. Delete everything, delete everything, delete everything. All right, so we are starting from scratch. So if you see me doing any bloopers or errors, they would be unedited. And again, as I said, I'm an accountant, not a programmer. It's just a hobbyist guy, right? So if I can do it, then everybody else should be able to do it. All right, so with this Python launcher, let's also uninstall it. I don't know how it came, but let's uninstall it. I think it was done by IDE. So let me uninstall it completely. Then I don't have anything else which is relevant to this project. So once this is uninstalled, we are good. Now in the meantime, I will go to my downloads folder. I don't have Python, so let's download this. So first of all, Git tool, Windows 11. So just go to the Git tool and download the right version for you. In my case, I'm using Windows 11, 64-bit. Then it's downloading. Just save it for now, and from there we'll go to PyCharm. Always download the community edition because this one is free. They have a professional edition, that one is paid. So we'll go for PyCharm, as you can see here, IDE by BrainJet or something. So don't download this one. This one is paid, and it has features that we don't need, and we'll never use them, by the way. So just go down and download this one called Community Edition. Download, and it will do the thing. Just save it. In the meantime, I hope it was already uninstalled. All right, done. With these two away, I think we don't have anything else to download. All right, so in the meantime, what we'll do, what the heck is that? Yeah, so let's close this. And now install the Git tool. This one is also done. So let's install this. So Git tool is a synchronization tool. You can use this to update the project with one click, instead of downloading the code manually every time when I changed. It's very easy to get used to it. So it exists, fine, I'm fine. Everything else we can keep default, not a problem. And Git, I use Vim. Fine. I don't know if you have Notepad here. We have Notepad. Yeah, let's switch to Notepad. All right. Yeah, and then let Git decide. Yeah, that's also fine. Keep it default. Most of the things you can keep default. You don't need to worry. with this done, you can launch and have a look. We don't need it right now. If you launch it, you should see one funny basic window. Yes, here, but we don't need it right now. Close it. And now let's install PyCharm. Here also we can keep default responses to the most part. So this one is important. Let's add this bin thing to the environmental path, and then shortcut is fine. We can use this one. We can use this one. If you want to have a shortcut on desktop, that's fine also. Otherwise, leave it, and that's it. So let's wait until it completes the installation. I think we are done, almost there. Alright, so just talking about rebooting, let's try without rebooting, and let's see if it works. I mean, in your case you can do it. I don't want to stop my OBS recording. I don't want to edit the video. I just want to be one shot. So now let's run the PyCharm for the first time, and it's gonna be something like this. Configure installation directory. I don't know what the heck is that, so I don't want to import anything at all. And that's what you will see. Alright, so it seems we are ready for our project. Now we will go to GitHub page and we will download the code. You can download this as a zip. For now, that's fine maybe, or I think I should show a better way of doing it. So let's cancel it. And so what we can do is we can open a command window. Basically, yeah, so let's say this is where I want to download my bot. All right, so let's call it demo, and then let's go in there and right click and open in terminal. So you should see terminal open there with the same path. So I'm in there, automation and BI and demo. Then there we will just copy this, select and copy, and go there. That's the benefit of Git tool. So we'll just say git clone, and that's it. The benefit of cloning is that it will not only download the code, but it will be linking to my repository. So whenever I make changes, and if you want, you can do a, I think git pull. I think you will do git pull, and it should work. So you can do like, if I make changes, for example, so git pull, and okay, so I forgot actually how to use it because I've been using it on the, I've been using this inside the PyCharm. I'll show it actually. So with this done, our bot is there, right? So the code is there, and then the only thing I will do is to bring my, as you can see here, for example, I think I can open this with Notepad, and you can see here, this one is verbatim blank. All you have to do is to customize it. So for example, if I was to let me actually open it in PyCharm. So I'll just go to open, and then I will go to my, copy this and paste here. So I'm right there without browsing all the way. I trust this project, I trust everything, and then I have this window. So the project has been opened. Let me bring it here. There's a readme file stuff, you can ignore it. We have to configure the Python environment. So I think you can, alright, so if you ever see a conflict like this, you can, what you can do is, you can Alright, so what you can do is just cancel it. Just go there and select and delete if that is causing too much confusion. Now before we do something else, I was showing this config YAML. So this one would be your specific. So don't delete this space, okay? So just go there and type my email, whatever. Then don't delete this space, type your password. Don't delete this space, just make it false or true. This one you can leave it as alone. A remote job, maybe you can do false or true. I do it true because I'm okay to find remote jobs. Specifically, you see these spaces here, don't delete them, okay? And if you see, for example, down there, if you see, of course you need to have at least one position, right? So what you will do, you will not delete this space here, you will just delete the hash sign, it will change the color, and then you can say, for example, finance manager or whatever you're interested in, and so on. And you can keep adding like as many lines, just change the title actually, accounting manager, and you can keep adding it. Don't worry about extending more than 5, you can go up to 10. Alright, so this you can keep going, just follow the format, that's the whole point. And then you have to do the same in the location. Just make sure you're using the correct spelling as in the LinkedIn. So for that, what you can do, you can open up LinkedIn website and type a country, and then use for example, if you want to apply Australia and New Zealand, so you should not do like this. Don't use ampersand. Do the exact damn thing you see in LinkedIn. So maybe that's something you have to do manually. So I remember it's something like this. So try to match the exact thing that you will see in the LinkedIn as if doing manually. But then you can keep adding as many countries as you want. All right. And then you can read the whole details in the README file or here as well. It has been explained, but do not change, as I said, the format, the structure. So for example, here also we are now there in the section called experience. In your case, for example, depending on your profession, let's say if you have been, like, it is very common for your employers to ask, for example, do you have experience in MySQL? So you can add MySQL, add a column like so, like same format, right? Column, space, and you can say 5, so it's gonna be like 5 years. And then you can say doing nothing, you can add this skill, colon, space, and then 20 years or whatever, and you can keep going. There's no restriction for you to be worried about. Keep one line empty at the end, but then clearance can be yes or no, and that should be it. So what I'll do now with this, I close the config YAML. You can close it like so. And what I will do, instead of doing the whole config file from scratch, what I'll do, I will bring my old config file. So that's my config YAML, right? So I'll just copy it and paste it here. It's gonna be some warning about the file exists and whatnot. So just replace the whole damn thing, and it should be good to go. All right. And that's it, I think. Now only thing we need to do is to configure an interpreter, or you can say Python executioner. So for that, since we deleted the virtual environment to keep things simple, just click there and add a new interpreter. Then so go to local, you should see a window, didn't appear, but anyways, let's go to interpreter settings. I don't know where the heck is it opening. Very strange. I don't see it at all. It's opening a window, but I don't see it. Come on. What is opening here? Oh yeah, now it's opening. Very, very strange. Alright, so we'll just select a new environment, and the path is fine because we can see here automation, demo, we are in demo, if you know that, and the directory name is EasyBot, and the virtual environment we want to create is called VENV, or virtual environment. That's fine. We'll define a version here. 3.9 is fine, 3.10 is also fine. Let's keep 3.9. Just press OK. It will do the download, automatically install the Python. You will have some admin escalations here like this. So just say yes or put your password, and that should be it. I think I should stop the video right now because it will take a while. So I'll be right back. Alright, it's done. So now it is creating the environment. It is also done, and then we'll double click on the requirements. It is doing some stuff here that you can see. So it's indexing. I don't know what the heck is that, but anyways, let it do. And then now it tells us that we need to install the requirements for the bot to run. So we'll just do the install requirements. Click on install. It's doing the thing. Again, it will take a while. So I'll pause the video here and I'll be right back. Alright, so the installation is done, as you can see here at the bottom. And then also, if I double click my config.yaml, you'll see this is the way. I don't want to show my password, so please don't mind, but this is the way I configured my config.yaml. So these are the positions I'm looking for. Then these are the locations I'm interested in. And then there are some companies, like I want to be sure that those are legit employers. Again, this is my company. I was working there, so I put them as a blacklist because I don't want to apply for jobs in my own company. Looks funny. And then I noticed some job from confidential. I don't know what the heck are those companies. I don't trust them to share my even CV. So I put those kind of people in blacklist, so the bot will not apply or share my resume. Then crossover. I remember these guys were sending me some basic tests, which I was kind of super pissed off. I mean, I have 20 years experience. I have multiple qualifications. I don't feel like filling some stupid basic entry level tests. So anyways, that's why. But anyways, so these are the, I noticed also that the bot was applying sometimes on, because it is matching keywords, right? So sometimes it was applying on irrelevant jobs. So I had to find one by one using Power BI dashboard that I will maybe show at the end of this video. And so, you know, to further train and refine the performance of the bot. And as you can see, I'm maintaining the syntax. So I have extra space in the beginning, then hyphen, then one more space, and then the words. These are like French words because Quebec is a French francophone province, and the bot goes nuts when it sees non-English. So if you're going to apply for Japanese, Chinese, Hindi, or Indian, or whatever, French, the bot will fail. All right, even if you have defined the inputs correctly, it will fail. So that's why I want to make sure it does not apply on French jobs in Canada. All right, so everything else is like straightforward. Again, you can see here I have multiple degrees, and I'm like adding in the same syntax. So I have a space, like two space in this case, hyphen, one space, and it goes on. All right, so that's it. I think I'll now go to main, and hopefully it should run. I'll just click on the run. And here you can see the run box. So whenever I'm asking people to upload the log or share the log, I'm talking about this log. So the window is open. I'll just keep it away for a while so my email is hidden. And but you can see all the actions here that the bot will be doing. Now it is logged in, as you can see here. One suggestion from, I would say, keep the window maximized. All right, you can switch in between if you want to. Like so, but do not minimize it, because some of the web elements are like dynamic, so it might confuse the bot and it might throw some stupid errors. So better keep it minimized, and then you can switch to other stuff. All right, so here you can see the bot is looking for financial analyst in New Zealand, which you can see here, New Zealand and financial analyst. Luckily or unluckily, actually in my case, the bot has exhausted LinkedIn, so it does not find any relevant jobs, and but it still is gonna do the thing. All right, So that's how you run it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I downloaded the code in front of you, like to show it from scratch. And it is the same code that people are complaining is not working. It's working. It's doing the job. All right. So keeping it short, that's how you run the bot. I have some dashboards. I don't want to disturb those, so I will stop the bot here. And then it's all right. So going back to my presentation, I've shown how to install the Git tool. I think I forgot one important thing. So let me open PyCharm. Sorry for that. Now let's assume if I make some changes to my code, right? So one manual way would be to go to the web page or GitHub, and then download the code, copy paste your config YAML manually, right? But we can use Git tool. So what you will do, you will just go to project menu here, I think, and then you will go to Git, and the Git you will just click on project update, and it will ask you some questions. So since you are not contributing as a programmer, you are not changing the code, so just keep it incoming changes and then press OK. It will do the thing and it will tell you the files are updated, and that's it. That's all it takes. So that's why I installed the Git tool. So all right, and then of course we know that we have to use the free edition, and all of this we have seen. I hope it's pretty clear, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments or on GitHub. That's it, I think. Before I sign off this video, I want to address some questions, actually two questions basically. The guys there asked me, is the bot working? Which is very funny actually, in a sense that so the bot works, as you just saw, right? Now whether or not you are landing into a job, that's a different question. So it is same chances as you are applying on job manually, whether you get the job, yes or no, depends, right? So but the bot helps you in applying in thousands of jobs without wasting your time. You can do some other stuff while the bot is working. One way I would recommend you run the bot, first of all, once it opens the browser window, keep it maximized, do not minimize it. You can switch over to other windows, but keep it like maximized. And then normally what I do while I'm playing a game, I'm like recording this video, so my bot was running until I stopped it for demo purposes. So normally when I'm doing some stuff, working, studying, watching YouTube and other stuffs, I just keep the bot running, let the thing, because sometimes it sleeps, and the sleep has been added as a delay intentionally, so we don't get account ban from LinkedIn. Never happened to me, but things can go southwards, all right? So those delays and sleeping overs are part of the plan. All right, so what I want to show as a response to this guy's question that it works, technically it works, but did it help me to find a job? No. Why? Because I'm mainly, as you can see here, I'm mainly targeting Canada, and then I'm aiming to land a job in Australia, and then some portions of Europe. Now, why it did not help me? Simply because I don't have a work permit. A few recruiters, a few managers who were hiring, they did contact me, and they liked my profile and resume. Although I never told them it was applied by bot, but they had one common question: are you a citizen of so and so country? Like, are you a citizen of Australia? I would say no. Then they would go down, are you a permanent resident? I would say no. Then they would say, do you have a work permit? I would say no, and then that would be end of our discussion. So all of the jobs, like I would say 97%, 95%, I never get back, because in the bot, I hope I have it open. So if in the bot, actually I have a question here: do you need a visa or a sponsorship? Let me search it. You see here. So do you require a sponsorship? So as soon as I set it to true, people don't want to sponsor a foreigner. It's a long process to get a visa and import labor, unless you're working in like computer industry, IT. I'm an accountant, finance guy, so very difficult for me to find a sponsor. All right. So by that virtue, the bot does the job, but I don't have the work permit. I don't live there, so they don't want to hire me. Anyways, so that's the response, and maybe in my next update I will share how I developed this dashboard. It helped me to refine the performance of the bot. So as you can see here, it has almost applied for like 20,000 jobs for me, and the countries covered are 6. One of them is blank. I have to see why, but it's one of the old logs. And average jobs the bot applies for me per day is 100 jobs per day. All right, so imagine doing this manually. And the top 10 titles it has applied for me are finance manager, accountant, controller, senior accountant, and the rest you can read yourself. And I changed the code of the bot to record timestamp. That was done sometime in Feb. So that's why I only have time frame, like how many jobs it applied day by day, as you can see, since Feb. But I've been using this bot even before Feb. So that was the longest video I did on this bot, about 45 minutes. So I hope you like my work. I wish you the best in using it, and I wish that you get the desired job using my tool. And if you like my work, please drop a comment. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.